Okay, so we're going to be covering a few more of our ground mobility drills in this week's video. What I'd like to start off with is from our cross-legged position or from our Sawa position. Either way is fine. I like the way that Guru Peter Kwong had explained this in terms of this was sort of a forced negotiation position back when the Indonesians were negotiating with the Dutch. So they were forced to sit like this because at the time they were assumed that you couldn't get up very quickly. So we're going to cover a couple quick get-ups from here, okay? So first one, what we're going to do is you're going to take your top leg. When I mean by top leg, I should just say front leg because it's whatever leg's in front. If I try and use my rear leg, I'm going to push both my feet out as opposed to using my lead, which just sets this out here like so. So we're going to start off with nice and slow, and then we'll build it up from there. So the first one is you just step this out here like so, post your hand down on the mat, and you just roll to this knee, pivot that knee back, and then stand up and either get back or take your lead out, roll to this knee, again covering your head, pivoting this knee, pushing, and then stepping in. So however you see fit in terms of if you're wanting to go in towards the issue, you step up, roll that knee and step in, or you step away from it. That's a fairly easy way that even if you have limited mobility, you can still make this one work. Because most of your weight is here on this hand, and then you're pivoting your knee, which helps square your hips, which allows you to push up from a stronger base. Next one you can do, same sort of positioning. You're in your Sawa position from here. Immediately pop into this position here like so. But what you're going to need to do right from here is you're just going to roll right into this sort of forward lunge position. Now, once you have done some of our walking the tiger drills, you'll understand this position a little bit more. If you've ever shot for a couple, like a double or a single leg, the position should feel familiar. We tend to call it at our school the silat tackle. So you're here like so, and you shoot this in, and you can either weave your hands or you can just shoot for the legs. This can compress against their shin, but you just drive straight in. That would be if somebody's up, standing up, and you just shoot in and you try and take that leg, try and take him to the ground. That's a fairly easy method to work. Again, this is my top leg, step down, roll up from my heel to my toes, and drive in. I can, from this position here, just stand up and kind of explode forward, but I don't have to. I can actually use that as a takedown. So that's another option for you. And then lastly, from this position here, you're going to take this foot out here, and you can either take this bottom leg and add it as a tukalau, which is that pushing kick, or you can just snap that kick up like you're trying to hit the groin or you're trying to hit the neck, depending on your height and your flexibility, then hop behind your hand and you're up. So it's a kind of a deceptive shot in the sense that this leg pops out, that shot hits, and you slide your way back out, and now you're ready to go. So again, just as a quick reminder, first option is post up, pivot your knee, stand up, forward or backward. Second option, post up, roll forward, and either stand up and spring forward or tackle. Third option we're going to do from this position here, post up, hit your tukalau, slide your feet back, and hop behind. So that's a few different options for how to get up, okay, from a cross-legged position. There's other options, but that's what I'm going to cover for you in this set, okay, because I like the way this is all blended. Now, next thing I want you to work on is something we touched on briefly in the last video, but it's our mule kick, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and switch to this leg here. I'm going to pop this free. What we're going to do is we're going to essentially work our tripod roll, okay? But we're going to add that mule kick to it. So I hit this guy here like this, and I start my roll, and I drive right into that mule kick, and I bring it right back down, and I set. So now I pop this foot forward. I kick this one more of that jabby toe kick. I plant it, roll it, hit my mule kick, and roll right back down into either our tripod position or back into our cross-legged position here like so. Post this foot up. Okay, kick, step down, roll, mule kick, and continue your roll. That's one option you can do in order to incorporate your mule kick a little bit more. Another one you can do that I happen to like quite a bit is from here, I'm gonna actually switch us into either this squat position or the sambut, or another term is squat position here. And what you're gonna work here is I want you to work your horseshoe first. So just as a review, I'm actually gonna turn so the camera can see it. I'm gonna rotate both sides into our horseshoe, into our horseshoe, into our horseshoe. Now from the horseshoe, we're gonna go ahead and roll right into our mule kick, hop back into our sambut or our squat position, and then we're gonna work our horseshoe, work our horseshoe, work our horseshoe. I'm gonna post up on this side now, rotate that round kick roll straight into a mule kick, bring it down, you fall back down, you're doing your roll from the horseshoe. Here, round kick, mule kick, hop down. Oh, I got pushed again. 1, 2, 3. This goes here. Mule kick, hop it back. So that's another great way of incorporating both drills. Now, one of the drills that I'm going to show you here, I happen to like quite a bit. I actually learned this probably in more detail through my jiu-jitsu classes. That's not to say that they didn't have this mechanic in the SEALOT class, but I feel like detailed out, this was taught to me a little bit deeper, if you will. Like there's more information on it in jiu-jitsu. So I'm gonna have you lay on your back, put your feet up to your butt, post your hips up, that way they can swivel. Once they swivel, I want you to push with your hands to the opposite side, your butt goes. So if my butt goes to the camera, my hands go away from the camera. Post up, push my hands towards the camera, my butt away from the camera. Okay? I should end up in a nice curled position here. Post and push. Post and push. Okay? So we're working on shrimping. Okay? Shrimping is good for not only just a ground mobility drill, but if you've got somebody pressing in on top of you, you can shrimp and hip escape out from underneath. So that is another great option for the combative side of stuff, but also if you're in it just to try and get that sort of mobility back in your body. So shrimping is another great one to work. Now, for the last one that I want to cover tonight, this one's a bit challenging. So don't be discouraged at first if you have a hard time with it. So originally when this was taught to me, it was more from a standing position here, and you fall back and you roll over your shoulder and you bring it back in. Same thing on this side, back, roll over that shoulder and bring it back in. That was taught to me like that in my jiu-jitsu program. How it's taught in SEALOT is from here. You're in your squat position. I actually think this is harder because you don't have the mobility or the momentum to assist you up front, okay? But what's gonna happen is I'm still gonna fall from my cheek to my shoulder. This leg is gonna kick up over my arm and I'm gonna roll over this arm. So this is gonna go here like so. Bring it back up into here. So I'm back in my squat position. I'm gonna fall back, kick this leg over my shoulder, and I'm ready to go. So when you do it more ballistically from this position here, break, fall back, and roll over here, or bang. It's a little easier because you have your whole body weight behind you. Here, like so, you have to really emphasize kicking your weight over. So when I kick my weight over, that's gonna be my roll. Now, these are like breakdancer style rolls, okay? I'm not wanting to roll on my neck. I need to roll on my shoulder. So I'm gonna try and do this here slow. This position here is where I want to be. I wanna have my arm flattened out. This arm can post up and I can walk my way back. If I can't do that, I'm doing it wrong. All right, so giving you plenty of work here as far as mobility drills and how to incorporate them into your training. Like I said, some of these you can definitely use combatively. Some of them, all of them, are definitely good for your ground mobility as well as general mobility as a whole. Thank you very much.